Alright. Do some Coastline. Best map in the game, don't at me. Alright. Go over attack first, I guess. So, I normally spawn either main entrance or ruins, because poolside is, in my opinion, the worst spawn. So I'll just go main entrance and then go like sledge, I guess. So I guess I'll talk first about kitchen and penthouse, because I guess people do go penthouse a lot normally. I'm not really sure what the current meta is in ranked, but if it's penthouse, the first thing I like to do is break that camera, go up here, and ideally with an ACOG, you would have someone bust out this window. Oh, it's kind of hard to do with this. Oh, this gun has so much recoil. But basically, alright, I'm sick of this gun. Basically, once you have this window popped out, if you have an ACOG, you can spot into, I believe it is library. No, it's not library. Forget what the call it is, but you can spot into here. So that's what I usually do at the very beginning of the round. Then ideally, when you're attacking, you want to put a claymore right here, because when you're attacking penthouse, a popular strat to do is have a Blackbeard come here and basically just start peeking angles into the site. You can also have like a sledge or, you know, someone with a nade. You can toss a nade if someone's hiding back here, and then they're dead. Some people also like to play in this back right corner if they're really stupid. This is the most common plant spot, so you would ideally have a Blackbeard on the window. You would start droning and clearing this and having the Blackbeard kill the people on site, or the sledge, you know, whoever wants to clear the back of that. And then you plant in this corner. Give me the bomb, what the hell? Things you have to worry about. A lot of people like to open up this hatch for a rotate. Another thing that people do is they actually like break open this, because you can actually play in here. Again, if you're like really stupid, do something like this. I don't really think they would do that, but you can wallbang this if you hear someone behind there. Another thing people do is they like to shotgun the bottom of this, so that if an attacker drops down, like let's say you're attacking, right? You open up this hatch and you jump down. Someone who's really stupid might be like playing here with like a shotgun, you know, because they're really dumb. And another thing is if you drop, and let's say there's someone playing in VIP in this corner here, they can shoot your feet or wallbang you, so you gotta be careful of that. Got a drone. So the way I would attack this, I'd probably have someone, you know, one or two people playing on this window, playing above on the hatch, you know. And then I would have the rest of your team basically break open these windows and this door, drone, and push in here and try and thermite this wall. Because that's just having pressure on both sides. Because, you know, you can plant here, but you can also plant here. So if you thermite the wall, you can plant right here and just hold it. Thing you have to worry about is that people have a mirror wall here sometimes, or here. So they like to also chuck C4 like right in that corner. And then they also have like a weird, the way my team plays this, they have like a rotate here where you can like jump over. I'll explain more about that on defense. But basically, you just want to take control of this area here in order to be able to thermite the wall. The thing you have to worry about is that people play like right here to hold this door, and you know, can also peek out here. Some people like to play in this corner, so you can like nade this if you drone it out. And then some people, basically me, like to do this, where they have this rotate hole here, so that if their teammates need help, they can come here and, you know, pre-aim, whatever. So you gotta be careful about that. So the way I personally would attack this site, I'd probably have one person, two people here, like on this window, Like maybe a person on this door, you know, looking like a person on the door looking for here. A person on this window, you know, looking around for angles like here. Then probably send two people into hookah to take control of these stairs, this area here, and then take control of aquarium so you don't get flanked. You know, so have like one person go aquarium, and then the other person can, you know, just like hold the end of the hall or like the stair. And then, so that's 4 people, and then the last person would be like a Blackbeard or something, just sitting on this window and applying pressure. And then ideally, your Thermite would be the one playing this window, and then like your Thatcher can be here, and then your other 2 can be like frag operators just trying to entry the west side. And then from there, you can Thermite this, you know, and then plant here, and then just hold a post plant. Or if you decide to be like more top heavy, so instead of like pushing hookah, you can push the hatch. You can also have the Blackbeard plant in this corner, and then just hold from outside on the window, like reverse repelling or something. You gotta be careful of people running out here and here. But that's basically how I attack Penthouse. It's pretty straightforward. The other thing you can do with Penthouse is if like, this is less like, you know, something that I do, but it is something that you can do. You can push main entrance, have like 2 people push main entrance, and, you know, go all the way, you know, look up for these angles, you know, then go all the way into luggage and have a person hold luggage. But be mindful of these windows, like, you know, the openings here, and have a person hold luggage. And then you can Thermite the back of library, and that just makes it so that no one can really, like, sit here, because a lot of people like to sit in this angle with an ACOG, or, like, right here, not really here, but, like, here, or, like, here, like a smoke would be sitting behind this mirror wall, so that's something you can keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is if you're scared of the mirror walls, you can actually buck them underneath. They're like, I think right here and here. I'm gonna actually go sledge it out so you can see it a little bit better. They would be right here and right here. And then you can also go, if someone's playing back here and you need help, you can also buck underneath here. So that's another thing you can do. You can have a buck come underneath here. So let me drop and show you what that looks like. So the mirror walls are basically right next to this like luggage thing. And then the other mirror wall is like right next to this like wall right here. And then finally, this is where the default plant spot is. And then this is like next to this like cabinet area. Thing you have to worry about is if you're planning here, sometimes people like to play down here with a pulse and C4 the plant. That's something to keep in mind. I'm just going to go ahead and kill myself so I get the full 10 minutes and I can talk about the other side. Forgot I have 200 health. Alright, I guess I can't do that. Don't remember setting it up that way. I guess I'll talk about kitchen real quick, and then I'll talk more about it. So the way you attack kitchen, this is the default plant spot right here. The problem with that is that there's usually going to be a rotate hole here and then a mirror wall here, so they, you know, they can just, or like the other way around. I think if there isn't a mirror, like if there isn't a mirror, let's say you ban mirror, this is the rotate hole, so they can get behind here and play behind the bomb. If there is a mirror wall, it's going to be right here, so they can peek here and try and kill you. So the way to deal with this mirror wall is you can actually go above, right into VIP, and you can shoot from above. There also is usually a rotate in bathroom. And someone might put like a reinforcement right here. And what they do is they basically just peek that. So that's something to bear in mind. So the way I deal with people playing in bathroom It doesn't always work, but this rotate hole right, or drone hole right here, if you like prone or like crouch, it's kind of, I think you kind of have to prone. You might be able to see them right here. You can kill them. But they also probably going to be looking for that, so be careful. But the way to attack kitchen is basically have, you know, a mountain is really good on this because you can have him literally just push straight in here and then have like someone come behind him and plant, or he can literally plant. And if you like kill the dude in kitchen, or not kitchen, bathroom, and then have like a present in main entrance and like you can take control of bathroom here, you can just have a really easy plant, but you have to be careful. I'll show this on the next round. You have to be careful of this angle. I'll show how it looks like from above next round, but there is an angle right here where they can look from above and kill someone planting right there. So that's something to keep in mind. Kitchen is probably the second strongest site. I think billiards is the strongest. I'll try and go over both of them. So if I'm attacking billiards, I'm going to show you just like where I would spawn for billiards. I would spawn probably main entrance for penthouse and kitchen. So there's two cams that you got to shoot in ruins. One right there, then one over there. So when I spawn ruins, first thing I do is I come up here. You probably won't get shot from like a window over here, but if you're scared, you can always check these. So I literally just run past here, look here, shoot that. You gotta be worried about this door because sometimes someone likes to peek that. But then once you get here, you can go ahead and shoot that cam right there. At this point, I usually put a claymore right here because people like to like sit here like a pulse or something and just like run out and like shoot right there. So for billiards, what you have to worry about is if you're playing in this position, obviously you have to worry about people playing hookah, but you also have to worry about people playing in this corner and like trying to peek the outside part because they have like this wide of an angle. So you gotta be careful of that. The most common rotate hole is like right here because it's like right behind this bar. A lot of people like to hold this angle too because you can actually shoot through these. So when you're attacking, just bear in mind of these angles. Another thing people like to do is play right here. You can shotgun them from below. Kind of. It's kind of hard, but you can shotgun them from below. Or another thing you can do, you can open, if you have like a sledge and you know someone's playing there, you can open it up right here, cook a grenade for like a second, and they're dead. Or downed, depending on if they have rook armor. Obviously, if they have rook armor, a nade will not insta-kill them. It'll just down them. Another common rotate is right here, and that allows these people to just basically be able to peek on these angles. Another good thing to do post-plant is naturally to reverse repel, because you can look for this rotate here, and you can look if someone like enters the room, like kind of like this. So that's just something to keep in mind. So for common plant spots, obviously if you can take control of this room, plant behind here, have someone watch the stairs, or you can plant here, depending on if someone's on the stairs. The other plant spot, there's a bomb right here usually. You plant behind here if you're pushing from this window. I mean, this doorway, I should say. The thing about this doorway is if you want to push this bomb site, you want to have probably 2 people go main entrance, come up the stairs, and take luggage. Because once you have luggage control, you know, you got to be careful of that. But once you have luggage control, then you can have this person or second person come here. Because the problem with not having luggage control is if you're up here, someone can literally just crack that window. Like, for example, I can just run up here with, like, a dock, open this up, and boom, you're dead. So, yeah, so I would take luggage control, and then after that, the thing you can do is you can throw a nade behind the bar, unless they have a Jaeger. Another thing people like to do, they like to play like right here and have like barbed wire here. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Like I said, here's another spot. It's not really that good, but keep that in mind. And then finally, if they have someone playing on the stairs, there could be someone playing like right here, you know, just kind of like doing this. So, yeah, if I'm taking this side, this site, I'd usually have 1 or 2 people here, 1 or 2 people luggage, then probably a person attacking maybe the window, and that's how I would attack a site. If I'm attacking this site, like, you know, hookah, I'd probably have like a person on this window, maybe a person here just to apply some pressure. Probably 2 people here, and then my last person can either go up the stair, kind of try and take this way through purple or sunrise. Or you can take, instead of doing that, you can take 2 people to go here, because if you open up, I think it's, yeah, it's this part of the wall. You get some decent angles right here into sight, and it just kind of freaks people out. And then you can also, if you have a sledge, you can also break this open and look 90 real quick. But yeah, if you're taking VIP, same setup, break this, and then maybe you can also drop hatch and make sure you clear out the rest of penthouse if you're gonna go that way. So that's basically billiards. Blackbeard's very strong on this map overall because there's so many windows. If you do decide to shotgun the bottom, it's right next to this bar, because sometimes there's a person playing in this corner. But yeah, that's basically it for this site. Obviously there's more like nuanced things you can do, but that's just like a general what I would do type situation. Obviously you can also hold angles on the roof, but don't do that for too long because you need to have the time to be able to like clear stuff and push. If we're talking about kitchen, like I said, you want to take VIP control, because once you go VIP, a lot of people like to hold behind this mirror, so I'll shotgun this out so you can see where you're supposed to shotgun this. They like to shotgun that out. Then they also like to break this open when they attack, because people like to sit like right here and like hold this doorway, and also like, you know, when people push in here. Another common spot is, you know, just like in this general area. So you can also, like I said, you can shoot the like default position on penthouse, and there's that. And then someone will play in bathroom, but like I said, that's an easy clear right here. So you don't really have to worry about this. But like I said, there is a spot that people like to do where they can basically shoot you from above. So you gotta be wary of that. That's basically what you want to do. You want to have like 2 people, I'd say, go VIP. Then probably have like 1 person go hookah, so you can take upstairs control. Then 1 person trying to take sunrise, because if you have a person take sunrise, they can literally just hold these angles here, and that means like someone can't just hold this doorway and try peeking you, or like hold here, you know. So that's something to keep in mind. So if I go up top to show you VIP, so basically VIP is like super important on like 3 of the 4 sites, but right behind like the circle is where someone would play like this like cabinet area. Then right here next to this guitar door, that's where you can shoot the mirrors. This is the default where some people like to hold this corner. And then this is for when people are in defense. Sometimes they make open this hole because they can actually see like below into the plant spot. You have to do it kind of like this basically. So that's something you have to keep in mind if you're gonna put a Montaigne front door. Drones are your best friends on attack. I'm sure you know this by now, though. For clearing sunrise, they sometimes have a rotate here. I don't have any shotgun ammo, so I can't really like open it. Oh, there you go. Sometimes I have a rotate here to help people. Like, you know, if they, you know, if someone's pushing sunrise, they'll be like, you know, I need help, come down here. And then they'll drop here. They like to hold with an ACOG right here because you got an angle here. You got like this angle here. Another thing is playing behind the bar because you can have an angle on this window. And then you can also kind of have like an angle right here. And then right here. So if I'm playing, you know, like if I'm opening up this door and trying to get angles, you're trying to look for these basically. And if you know someone's behind the bar, you can always chuck a grenade. So that's the angles you have to worry about on sunrise. Angles here. If I want to peek this door, let's say I'm like a Blackbeard. You know, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for this, looking for this. There's a bomb here, so I'm looking for these. Usually no one plays in this corner, but they might if they're ballsy enough. And then you can also play like behind here, because that way you can't get flanked by someone opening up this window. So you play like right here. And once you, let's say you want to push this window, always check for a frost map, and then immediately look for this angle here in the bathroom, and then, like I said, this angle. But yeah, you ideally want to have someone else clear this because you're exposed to this door and kind of like this other part of the site if you kind of like wrap around like this. That's basically the site. As for plant spots, one right here, then one I believe is in front of the window. That's basically just a generic overhaul of kitchen. I'll show you the defense setups for the sites so you can kind of see the differences. I'm not really going to go over penthouse too much. I'll just do it real quick with a mirror so you can see the mirror setups that I use. So if I'm playing this site, I would only play it if you have a mirror. So what you do is you put a mirror right here. And this is like your rotate mirror. Because what you do is you basically shotgun the top of this. And once you do, you can vault over here, so it's a good rotate. And at the same time, you know, if someone's playing, you know, if someone drops here, you have a really nice angle on them. As for reinforcements on this site, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this is where your other mirror wall goes. Put it right here, as close to the right as possible. Then you break open this for a rotate. And then now you have this mirror wall. So if someone, you know, if you're holding this is probably where the mirror would play and the smoke would play there. I would have a smoke. Or like a mute, so you can toss a nitro cell like that. A little bit better than that, obviously. But that kind of stops the default plant spot here. But you can obviously, you know, have angles on the window, kind of angle on bathroom. Another angle people play is like right here, kind of. This isn't really a great angle because you can be seen between these two, but it allows people to just kind of like do this if they need to. Like I said, the mirror wall spots line up here, and I go like this. There you go. Mirror wall right there. So that's how you counter an attack, and the other one is you line up this luggage crate, kind of just look above, and there's the other one. Like I said, if you know someone's planning in the default spot on B, so it's over here, you can take your C4, plant it in this corner, and they're dead. You ideally do that with pulse. You come up here. Let's actually go back to reinforcements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's your 10 reinforcements. So then ideally you would have 2 people playing in here. It's like a smoke and a mirror. Smoke here to toss the smoke canisters. Mirror here probably, or the other way around. It's up to you. And then if you want to put a third person, or if you don't want to have a smoke, you can have a dock or something of an ACOG here, because they can hold this really long angle. Looks really good with an ACOG. Gotta be careful of someone entering here, so you usually want to barricade this if you're holding in here. Pulse can also C4 the window. I'll actually show you where that goes, or someone with a C4. So that goes into the bathroom, so you just stand basically against the wall and toss a C4 right next to the stall. So it'll land right here perfectly. Like I said, another thing you want to do, you want to shotgun the bottom of this. That way you can have someone playing in VIP be able to hold this, or someone playing in this corner as well. Like I said, I like making a rotate here, because it kind of just makes it a little bit less comfortable for the people entering into VIP, because they have to worry about someone just like Ferrari peeking them. That's basically this site. As for like where people should go, I would definitely have one person holding VIP, either like right here, maybe behind the bookshelf, you know, wherever you kind of configure it. Then probably a person playing, two people playing here, then a person playing here, maybe like in the back, kind of just playing really passive. Like you can have a maestro literally just sitting here and just using his maestro cams. Like you can put a maestro cam right here for visibility into the site. So like a maestro here, then like a mirror and a smoke, or like, you know, a dock instead of a smoke. So you have that ACOG. So that's like, what, 3? Person roaming here, and then your last person should be roaming, you know, here. You know, watching hookah, they can watch hookah, or they can come here, watch aquarium, or peak luggage. You know, they should just be kind of delaying time. That's what I would do on Penthouse. And what's this other one? Theater? I think this is theater. Yeah, theater. So that's what I would do. If you're going to billiards, I don't think you need a mirror, but billiards, you should have one person playing on these stairs right here. Then you should have a rotate hole. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. You should have a rotate hole like right here, and then have a reinforcement here. So let me talk about reinforcements first. So for billiards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. You can do 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. 8, and then at that point, your last 2 reinforcements don't really matter. I guess you could put them here if you wanted to. I don't usually put them. Or you can actually make a rotate hole right here and use your other 2 reinforcements here, so that'd be 10. It would be 9, 10. And that way, when you rotate here and you're like holding this angle, you can't get wall banged from someone, you know, in the other site. Problem with that is that, you know, if they get into sight, they only have to worry about these 2 angles, but that's just something to think about. So barbed wire here for sure. You can have like a person playing in this corner. Definitely have a Jaeger so you don't get naded, right? So one person here. Person on the stairs. Then a person probably roaming in VIP or like theater, you know, Penthouse 3. Then probably like a person playing like, you know, in sight. Or like behind the bar even. If you're playing behind the bar, you gotta worry about this window. Just FYI. And you also should definitely have a Jaeger, because another thing people can do is they can get on the roof and throw a nade right there. And also, keep in mind, on attack, people can actually, instead of rappelling down, they can jump onto this platform. Like, they can just vault over and land on this platform. So, like, one person playing on site, like, behind the bar, or, like, here. Then maybe, like, 2 people here. So, like, 1 in this corner, and then 1, like, you know, in this, like, area here. So that's 3. 1 on the stairs could be 4, and then your last person could either be, like, roaming in this area, kind of preventing them from taking control of VIP, or taking control of luggage from up these stairs. And then they can also come around here and just open this up. Instead of playing behind the bar, you can also play here, like I said. You can, like, do this, play, like, this angle, and when you're getting pressured, you can just jump down. You can obviously have 2 roamers and only have 3 people on site. If you're going to do that, then I'd probably put one on the stair who can rotate here if necessary, one here, and then the third person either playing, like in aquarium maybe, or yeah, like in aquarium here, or behind the bar. And that's basically Penthouse. Oh yeah, keep in mind if you're gonna attack this, make sure to shoot out this cam here, because that's a lot of intel late round. Yeah, that's basically it. As for, I guess I can talk about spawn peak angles real quick. So here's a common runout on, this is a really ballsy runout on pool. Open up this door, run out here. You basically just bolt this. That's a run out. So that's one spawn peek slash run out you can do. I would only do that if you think they're going to spawn poolside or if you're just super cocky. This is probably the safest spawn peek in this map that I'm going to show you. This is what I do with Doc. I usually post up here if we are playing billiards or if we're playing, you know, Penthouse, either or. Like, this is just a good spot if you think people spawn ruins. You basically break open this, probably a little bit better. You hold the top of this pillar, or not pillar, but like this angle right here. And if they run up here, you'll hear them, and you can just one-tap them like this and just run away. So that's 2 spawn angles. Third spawn angle that I like to do, this is really ballsy. You want to do this with an ACOG or a 3-speed, so no 2 speeds should do this, really. You basically open this up, run out here with your pistol, and then you peek this with an ACOG. You can usually spot someone, and then you just run back here. You don't even barricade this up. I usually do this on kitchen, because, you know, you're obviously already right here. I guess I'll show one more spawn angle, and then I'll show another one on the next round. But basically, you just come right here, crack this. You look right here, and people like to run up to the left of this car, and you're right, basically, and you just tap them right here. I'll show the last spawn angle in the next round. And I'll talk about kitchen next round. Oh yeah, as for operation combinations, I would go Docker Smoke, Mira, then like a Jaeger for your roamer, and then like a Maestro for like Penthouse. Then for billiards, you can you know, you can have like operator combos are literally just who you feel like is good, but I would definitely put Mira on Penthouse, like absolutely. Same thing with kitchen. I think Mira is really good on kitchen too. So I'll talk about this, and that'll basically wrap shit up. So for kitchen, like I said, you want to have a rotate right here, barbed wire there, and then I'll show you how to set up the mirror wall, basically. Actually, I think it's right here. So if you don't have a Mira, you want to make a rotate here, but if you have a Mira, you want to do this. Because if you put it on this side, it kind of protects it from the doorway a little bit. I mean, if you put it here, it's a little bit protected too, but I would put it here. And basically, you can do stuff like this. If you don't have a Mira, then you reinforce this side. Make a rotate here, and you can have someone playing behind this bomb. Then regardless if you're playing, regardless if you're playing someone in bathroom or not, you want to have this just be open, just to apply some pressure. If they open up this door, you can also do something like this. So if they peek the door, you can tap them, but you got to be careful of this. I would put barbed wire here, if you have it. So let's talk about reinforcements. So regardless if you have a mirror or not, you're going to have 1 on this wall. Then 2, 3, 4. Then we do 5 and 6 right here. And then our last 4 reinforcements. I guess it really doesn't matter. So I guess what we do... I'm trying to think. What do we do? I guess you could have 1... Yeah, I mean, you really only need 6. Like, the last 4... you can use to help your teammates, like, here, I guess, if you wanted to reinforce that for whatever reason. Or, like, reinforce these to just make it harder for them to push in. But if you have people roaming up top, like I said, another good idea to have is just to put reinforcements, like, here, you know? But really, you only need like 6, the way I see it. I guess I'll show you the last spawn peak. This is a spawn peak pool. Open this up. You look under here. They can like basically come over here, but be careful, they might see you first. This is really just a one and done spawn peak. If you use this, don't use it for the rest of the game. And use it with an ACOG if possible. So yeah, for a kitchen defense, the way I have it, we have a mirror here. The second mirror really doesn't matter. I guess what happens is if this mirror breaks, you can actually reinforce this. Like, let's say the mirror would keep one of her reinforcements. If there was like a Twitch drone or something that opened this up, you can actually do this. It's not really that like useful, but it's just something to bear in mind because I don't really think you need the other mirror wall. But you can actually do this. So now you have like a double mirror. That's what we called it. Yeah, and the reason why we only reinforce 2 of these walls is because we actually like to break open the bottom of this. Because by doing that, if, you know, someone's like running outside of this, and let's say we're like playing, you know, maybe not over here, but like here, you can actually see their feet. As for spots, you can have someone playing behind this bomb, you know, peeking the window if you're really confident. Or you could also use the bomb to hold this angle here. Play behind here. This is mainly to just hold this door and hold it if someone swings here. And this person would normally be the mirror when they're getting pushed from that window. They can move to here if they need to like duck behind cover. So normally you'd have like a mirror or like someone playing behind this bomb. So that's 1. Maybe 1 playing in the bathroom if you choose to, so that's 2, and then a 3rd player probably playing on site. Then your last 2 players, you can put a player holding this area right here, you know, holding those angles with an ACOG, so I'd put like a dock. This is where I usually play, because I like holding this. And then your last player can like play in blue bar, because they can like, you know, hold this angle, because people like to push upstairs. They can also help you later, like let's say this player dies, they can come here for a trade. And then they can come around and rotate. Like if you hear there's like a person front door, you can rotate over here into security and kind of look for angles here. Or instead of holding like 2 people, instead of having a roamer downstairs, you can also have a roamer. I think this is like really necessary. You can have a roamer playing penthouse or theater, you know, trying to delay time and prevent them from taking VIP, because that way they can't, you know, go ahead and, you know, open the mirror spot here, or come here and open this like behind the like thing, that like stock shelf right there. You can have a person playing in VIP, you know, in the common spots, you know, bookshelf right there. You can have 2 people up here instead of having someone play in Sunrise. It's totally up to you. But that's just a basic overview of Coastline. It's a pretty good map. I'd say like every site is viable, including Blue Bar, but that's probably the most complex site. That's pretty much it.